Hello and welcome back. This is video number 2. We're going to talk about retargeting frequency. And before I talk about that, I want to talk about some scenarios that you definitely want to avoid because they will hurt your brand. So putting a frequency cap on your retargeting campaigns is essential because it's the difference between being reminding and versus being just plain annoying and nagging people through your ads. Because eventually, if you notice, when it comes to ads, if you see the same ad over and over and over and over again, then what happens is you just become annoyed to the point that you just hate the brand. And I really want you to think about that. Think about a commercial or think about an ad that you just constantly see and then it just annoys you. I've been there. I watch news on my iPad, for example, and a lot of times they'll show commercials in between the news, right? So I remember for at least 3 months, I just saw the same ad over and over and over and over again. Even if it's a funny ad or it's an interesting ad, it just becomes so annoying. It was a car commercial and it was so annoying to the point that every time I saw the ad, I would just quit. I would just not watch the news at all. So you don't want to bring that kind of negativity to your brand. So definitely want to keep that in mind. Next thing is you definitely don't want to show ads to your customers that are meant for your prospects, or show ads to a specific segment of your customer base or whomever where it's meant for somebody else. And because you can actually lose a lot of money that way by doing that. So just something to keep in mind. And if done badly, retargeting will actually create a backlash towards your brand. So here is something that is not recommended. Seeing the same ad every time or seeing it more than 30 days can have a negative effect. Now, some networks will only allow you to control the amount of days, and some networks will actually allow you to control the frequency, like how many times they see it. So generally in the beginning, it's okay to show it, many times. But eventually, as time progresses over a 30-day period, which is actually the recommended period, then it just becomes plain annoying. So having a user see 7 to 12 of your ads in the course of a 30-day period is actually ideal and is what is recommended. Now, if you can't control the actual frequency, then just stick with a 30-day period and test it out. Because it actually might differ from market to market. If your market is super interactive, super engaging, and they're really passionate about that subject matter, they might be okay after a 30-day period. If they're not, then they might not be okay, and they might just get plain annoyed. The best thing that I can do to recommend is to split test by creating campaigns that are very specific, very similar, but slightly different so that you can test this out.